Hi, guys, and welcome to the first episode of our podcast, Letters to Our Fathers, where we'll have real voices, real stories, fathers remembered, because
Every story deserves to be told.
this podcast is actually an extension to the book, Letters to Our Fathers. This book is available on Amazon.com and Amazon Kindle. And today you can get it on Amazon Kindle for free when you download the app. You can also get this book on letterstoourfathers.com and leave a review. Leave your thoughts and your feedback about what you experienced when reading the book, Letters to Our Fathers. I am the author, Ishine, and I am joined today by...
I'm Skylar. I am a curator and co-writer of Letters to Our Fathers.
All right, this is our first episode. How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Me too. All right, and so the theme of today's episode is the power of letters, right? And when I think about that, I think about what it means to write a letter. Is it impactful? Does it help? You wrote a letter in this book, right? So talk to me about what that experience was like for you.
Writing my letter was very emotional. It helped me get in touch with emotions about my father I didn't know I had. It helped me communicate my relationship with him and tell him how I wanted to improve.
Nice. I also wrote 2 letters in this book. And like you said, it did help me to, put down my emotions on the paper and organize how I was feeling about, my father and the father of my children. And so I think that writing letters is so powerful because it helps you to bring those emotions out onto something tangible. Right? So you're not holding on to them, whether the person is here and you're just unable to express yourself verbally, or if the person is no longer here. Being able to get those feelings out can be very powerful.
Very impactful.
Right. So what is this space for?
This space is for anyone who has longed a father's love, grieved in absence, or wrestled between the silence of generations.
Right. We're not here to blame. We're here to understand. We're here to heal, and we're here to remember, right? That each episode will explore the impact of fatherhood, right? Whether present, absent, broken, or beautifully whole, through personal stories, through the letters in the book, and through powerful conversation we will unpack each week.
We started this podcast because the stories of our fathers often go untold, and yet they shape everything. How we grow, how we love, how we move through the world.
Right. And as a therapist and a daughter, I've sat with so many people, right, who's held decades of pain and sometimes decades of silence. So in writing the book Letters to Our Fathers, this gave voice to all of those stories, right? To all of those experiences.
We're opening the floor to real letters, real healing, and real voices.
Right. We want to hear from all of you guys out there. Should I read an excerpt?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to read an excerpt from the book. Okay. So this is a good one. Here's a short excerpt, guys. Dear Daddy, I used to think your silence meant I didn't matter. Now I know you were hurting too. I just wish your pain hadn't cost me my peace. Right.
And this one always hits.
Right.
And that's what we're doing this for. To not stay in the pain, but to move through it honestly.
Right. This season, we'll talk about everything from daddy issues to father figures, from grief and absence to growth and forgiveness.
We'll have special guests, listener-submitted letters, and some stories from our own lives.
Right. We want to hear from you guys, though. This is the most important part. We want to hear from you. If you've ever written a letter to your father or wanted to, send it to us. You can remain anonymous like all of our writers in the book, and we might read it on a future episode.
You can submit your letters at Letters to Our Fathers on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Snapchat.
You can also visit us on letterstoourfathers.com. Right? Remember, this is real voices, real stories, fathers remembered, because
every story deserves to be told.
All right, I'm your host, Ishine.
And I'm your co host, Skylar Beckwith, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.